Thank you so much for joining us today for this important and timely discussion regarding Morocco, Western Sahara, the UN, and U.S. policy.
Thank you for bringing us together. Morocco is such a critical ally to the United States. The relationship is long. It has been very healthy for both the United States and Morocco, and we're obviously very concerned with recent developments from the United Nations. I personally believe that the United Nations is no longer an honest broker in the conflict, and that it is critical for our country, for the United States to stand strong and firm in support of Morocco in the face of this United Nations aggression.
But as Congressman Curbelo pointed out, the U.S. and Morocco have had a long and strategic relationship for so very long. Morocco was the first nation to formally recognize the newly formed United States of America in 1777, something older than I am, not too easy to find. We signed a landmark free trade agreement in 2004, establishing the U.S.-Morocco Strategic Dialogue, and we have a series of bilateral agreements to reinforce and strengthen our bond of friendship and our cooperation in areas of shared economic and security interests. What a good ally Morocco is.
The statements made by the Secretary General were not only counterproductive and offensive, they were just untruthful. I think all of us understand that those comments were highly counterproductive and frankly offensive. I've had multiple conversations, by the way, even today, with the administration regarding the situation that we're dealing with. And I think the damage that the Secretary General has caused is frankly hard to minimize.
I mean, you're in a hotbed over there, what's going on over there now, and on all fronts. So we have to be very supportive.
It is one of the countries that are absolutely important, and our relationship is important. I appreciate, I look forward to a continuing relationship, and to know that members of the United States Congress, and I believe also, there's certain things that divide us. Well, as you can see here, in a bipartisan way, we're all together and appreciate the alliance we have with the country of Morocco.
By laying the groundwork of why where you are today has an important foundation in the history of this evolving situation. As you said, Madam Chairman, I served as ambassador from 1994 to 98. And during my ambassadorship, I devoted far more time than I ever thought I would to the efforts to reformulate U.S. policy in the region.
I think it's clear, as you've said, with Morocco being such a great friend and ally, it's time for us to speak up and stand side by side with Morocco on the Western Sahara issue, to see that the Western Sahara becomes part of internationally recognized Moroccan sovereignty, and that the key issue of the autonomy be settled, and we move forward on this issue.
When I was professional staff member handling both sub-Saharan Africa and North Africa issues for then Chairman Ben Gilman, I had the opportunity to travel to Morocco and Western Sahara on several occasions and benefited from a firsthand view of many of the issues that are being discussed today. I saw both sides of the berm. I reviewed the operations of the United Nations in Western Sahara and toured the refugee camps run by the Polisario in Algeria. During that time, I also worked closely with Ambassador Ginsburg on the repatriation of hundreds of Moroccan prisoners of war who had been held by the Polisario Front for many years. Let me just say that during this time, I developed great affection for the people of Western Sahara, and I only wish the very best for them that our world has to offer. Having said that, I think it's important that we speak plainly and with common sense about the best outcome for the people and territory of Western Sahara, and frankly, what is in the national security interests of the United States. It is most certainly not for Western Sahara to become an independent nation.
During the last 15 years, Morocco engaged major reforms that significantly transformed my country. During this fairly short time, Morocco was able to achieve all millennial development goals by reducing within 10 years poverty from 15% to 4%, to a dedicated national initiative for human development, by raising by 50% the average income per capita, by generalizing primary education and reducing the illiteracy from 54% to 32%, by providing access to drinking water to 95% of the rural population and to electricity to 99% of the rural population. On a national level, thanks to the leadership of His Majesty the King, our new constitution, adopted in July 2011, translates Morocco's commitment to promote peace and security, Morocco's commitment to ensure its citizens full access to their fundamental rights, Morocco's commitment to establish a new generation of human rights, promoting access to healthcare and social protection, access to education and university, access to employment, and the right to a healthy environment. And Morocco's commitment to ensure an inclusive and sustainable development, and Morocco's commitment to permanently settle democracy at the national, regional, and local level.